Hi everyone, Kit Nielsen here. I was involved with the reorganization of the website, and so I wanted to just give you a quick walkthrough, give you an overview of where you might find things, and hopefully help you locate things on your school website or the district website a little bit faster and a little bit easier. So first of all, the biggest change was we went from one site to one site per school. And the easiest way to navigate between the schools is up here on the Select a School tab. If we drop that down, we can see we can navigate between the schools, but it's not the only way that we can navigate between the schools. Here under the schools, in our gray band menu there, you can see that you get the menu for the schools. You can also click on them here. All right, so quickly overview of the main district site. Under the About BPS, this is where you're going to find your calendar linked, as well as your school schedules. Okay, you're going to find your strategic plan, driving directions, information about employment, and the staff directory. If we move over to our departments, this is where you're going to be able to find your information about the superintendent, as well as the superintendent's newsletters. Once they're sent out via school messenger, they're housed here for your review when needed. You can see we've also got our mission and core beliefs under the superintendent's office. And as we look over here, we can find the business office, curriculum and instruction, facility and security, foods and nutrition, human resources, the IT, and school health. Moving on down, we have special ed and pupil services, transportation, and the central office personnel. Foods and nutrition, if we drop down this, or navigate to this page, we're going to find our school menus. These are also linked on the school site to get us back here. But here's where you're going to find information about sending payment for your school lunches and any other information you would need about the school lunches in Bethel. Our link for My School Bucks is also found here. So I'm going to navigate back. Another site that you might be frequently visiting under our departments is School Health. This is where we can find our childhood assessment forms, our authorization for administration of school medicines, and the information for reaching the school nurses. Okay? We also have our student accident insurance, Husky information, food allergies, allergy treatment protocols, information about sports physicals, and so on. You can see at the bottom here, a lot of those forms are easily accessed in our document container. If you click on the name, you're going to open up the actual form. And that'll take a second to render. And you can, sorry, my computer's a little slow tonight. There we go. Give it a second. There we go. From this screen, I can hit the download button, or I can print straight from it. If I navigate back and I look at the three dots, that always indicates more of a menu. There's also a download or an option to copy the link if you want to share that link with another person who might be looking for it via email. All right, I'm going to navigate back up. Finally, another area you might want to be traveling to is our transportation. I know bus routes are an important piece of information, and that's where you're going to find those bus routes linked as soon as we get them from the bus company. You can also see the bus company phone number right there. All of our links for our Board of Education can be found right here. And over here under Resources, you're going to find a number of the different resources that you might need from the district end of the website. First of all, you can see Bethel BEV TV. Check that frequently for what's been updated. You can see the calendars and schedules are also linked here under About BPS and, BPS under the top one there, and also under Resources. We know how vital those are. Down here we have three links: the Parent Resources, Staff Resources, and Student Resources. These pages are also accessible up here. And I want to tell you a little bit about these pages. First of all, the drop-out menu here just indicates high leverage, high access websites that people are looking for. But the main resources, all of them are linked under the big page here. So don't be afraid if you don't see what you're looking for on the dropout. These are just high traffic sites. you can click on the actual page. That's going to take us to our parent resource page. This page is linked up here at the top at each school. It's going to take us to this page. These are our high leverage resources, the things you're going to use most often. And as we walk through here, you can see that we have Parent Portal, the PowerSchool link right there, as well as the guide and the screencast tutorial about updating your forms. That's important. You can find our parent university information, school bucks, school lunch information, events calendars for each of the schools. You can access them straight from there. Our before and after school care, Parks and Rec, Bethel Education Foundation, our partnership, again, those key areas, those district health forms, and the transportation information. Brochures and publications that often get high traffic are linked here. You can see the Parent-Student Handbook can be found here. If I click on that, it's going to take me straight there. Again, I see the Parent Portal access instructions. We know that we need that at hand very often. We can find information about service learning, our volunteer service awards, and our tracking forms here. You can also find the emergency guide, privacy, our directory information, opt-out information, our school compacts, and other resources that you might be looking for. If there's a resource that you're frequently looking for and you feel like should be linked up here, feel free to shoot me an email. That's really simple to do. You can come over here to our home page, hit our staff directory, and in our staff directory, this is linking all of our district staff. Each school has its own staff directory, which I've done a different screencast for, but if you type in my last name and hit search, you're going to come up with my staff profile, and you can click on the icon to send me an email. Like I said, if there's something that you think should be linked on that page, by all means, send me an email and we'll try and accommodate that for you. All right, so you got a good sense of the resources. Student resources, again, the high leverage ones, the ones that are frequently trafficked, pop out here, but they're not limited to just what's listed there. You can find many of the student logins that they'll need and the guides and information that they might also need as they move up through the grade levels. Okay? Over here on our last link, you're going to find information for people who are new to the district. You can see all of our registration and information and procedures are there. All right, so that's pretty much an overview of the district page. You will see we have our quick link icons, and these vary by school or the district page. We can get to our superintendent Facebook page, our superintendent's Twitter account, and also the ever-popular Flickr feed for the Bethel Public Schools. Now I'm going to navigate to a school and give you an overview of how things are organized under each school. So I'm going to click to the school, navigate to the high school, and you're going to notice that the menu at the top of the schools is same in between between school to school. And this is done purposely so that once you learn where to find things as your students move up in the grades, you're going to be generally looking in the same places. If I drop down the school info, this is where I'm going to find anything where the school needs to get me some information. I'm going to find our Bethel Parks and Rec. I'm going to find a heading for information and forms. I'm going to click on that. Remember, if it's not just the drop-out menu, we're going to get to a page that houses a lot of those forms and information. Again, I see a document container. I know if I click on the heading, it's going to pop up and I can download it from there. If I click on the menu, I can copy a link if I want to share it with someone, or I can download it from there as well. So you can see that a lot of the key information the high school has been linked in here in the document container, easy for you to access and find. All right, I'm going to come back here and continue through the school info. Again, this is stuff that pertains to the entire student body for the most part. So school info is going to be a great hub for information. You see they've got late buses, lunch information, lunch menus, rubrics that are school-wide, and schedules. All right, so don't be afraid to click around in there and get yourself familiar with that. As I move on over, I'm going to find department information. So you see the top one here is our athletics department. A lot of information linked under there. Again, don't be afraid to click on the name to get to the main page, but also be able to find the high access, high leverage items to the side. All right, if I scroll on down, I'm going to see beneath the school departments, I will also see links back to food and nutrition, transportation, and health services. Those departments are shared by all the schools. They will take me back to that main Bethel website page and get me the information that I need. This is structured in such that we know that all schools will have the most up-to-date information as the department maintains the page. So if forms are swapped out, the information will be current on whatever page that you're on, whether it's the high school page or the Rockwell page. All right. The one thing that's a little bit different on the Bethel High School page, due to the age of the students, is the access to a student life page. Okay? And here you're going to find things that students are going to be most likely to be accessing along with their parents, but just a little bit different for the high school. So you're going to find your conference schedule, your clubs and activities, Spirit Wear Shore, and you can also find the BHS Alumni Association here as well. If I click on resources, this is where I'm going to find those 3 main pages that I showed you earlier, as well as any resources that are highly specific to the high school. These will be added on as they're identified throughout the year, but you will see that the Learning Commons is linked here too. The Learning Commons is the hub of the school, so you'll find it both under departments and as well as a resource. You'll see the calendar. If I click on calendar, okay, we're going to find that the Bethel school calendar is there, and we'll see all the web events that are posted. But if I scroll down to the bottom, any other calendars that the school might want to give me access to are going to be found at the bottom. And we'll continue to link those in for you. All right. Finally, we end up on Contact Us. If I click on Contact Us, I'm going to find a staff listing for the year, separated by the administrative staff and so on, and then by departments. Okay? You'll see that there's a link to the email as well as the phone number and extension you might need. However, as I showed you before, there is also a staff directory. Staff directory is terrific. New feature for our website, as it's given us some filtering options. So if I'm looking for the music teacher or perhaps an English teacher, but I'm unsure of the name, I can filter by the English department, hit search, and it's going to limit the staff in the high school to just those who are teaching English. And we're working on getting all those staff profiles uploaded and making sure that we have some pictures. So if you remember the face but not the name, that's going to be a great tip for you. Again, you can hit the more, and you can see if you know the course, that might be another lead to finding that particular staff member that you're thinking of. You can select the icon to send an email if needed. And if a teacher has a website, you'll see an icon for a globe that will pop up there that you can also access. All right, so that's the basics of the high school. I'm just going to flip over to one of the elementary schools just to highlight the differences, because really each school is organized pretty much the same. If I'm here on Johnson School, the Facebook feed and the Twitter feed are going to be the ones linked to Johnson, but again, Flickr goes right back to the district site. Okay? Under school info, I can find my PTO information, lunch information, and so on. Some of those key high leverage notes that everybody's always looking for, we link those in individually so that they're easier to find for you. You're going to note the summer work and supply lists are also located under the school info. We'll have a link on the district page for the schools under resources come next summer, so you can access all the schools there. But just keep in mind you can find them under school info for each of the schools. The grades have been linked up. You can find information about 4th grade as well as the teachers and the crews that belong to 4th grade. And you can also access their homework page there. The teachers have added information about helpful websites and field trips and such. Moving over, we can see that under our departments, again, those important links back to those key pages on the district page, but you can see that our computer science teacher and library media and art specialists have all created, as well as our PE department, created their own pages. We're working on developing that in each school, so stay tuned. That's going to be a great resource for you. I can't help but plug my STEM page while I'm here. Bring it to your attention. We've built a pretty comprehensive STEM page for you for the Bethel Public Schools for kindergarten through 8th grade. It's a work in progress, but what you'll find on this page is the standards for our students, kindergarten through 5th grade, and then sorry, I'm off our curriculum information there. There we go. Standards for our kindergarten through 5th grade students. There we go. They're getting to load there. And you can learn about the particular STEM standards that they're going to be meeting in their classrooms, as well as those science and engineering practices you see on the report card. But what's more exciting than that is the resources that have been linked in here. We've got all kinds of things. If you've got a kid who's interested in STEM, or you're interested in getting kids more into STEM, check out all the different links and resources that are in here. Camps, programs, places to visit, environmental STEM, and so on. Great things to check out at home, websites and activities, those are linked in there as well as the Berry School Mighty Math and other math apps, websites, and such that you can try. We've got lots and lots of things for you to explore in our STEM website. All right, about wrapping up here, I'm going to take us back to Johnson School. Let's see, navigate again between the schools. Take you back to Johnson. All right. And moving on down the line. Resources. This is a great example of how you're going to still find those staff and parent resources that are linked up here, but student logins that are very specific to the Johnson School kids, so things that we want them to be able to access very quickly and easily. All right? Moving along, we have the same calendar set up. If I click on this, I'm going to be able to access the Johnson School calendar, and if there's any other key calendars we want you to know about, they're going to be linked at the bottom for you. And you'll find their staff directory and their staff page if I click on that. All right, the last thing I just want to show you here is the bottom of our page here. Our quick links are easy and useful for you to navigate different aspects of the page as well as the district. But down here at the bottom, this interacts, our features here interacts with our calendar. So you're going to be able at a glance to see the upcoming events. If you want to access the actual calendar, you just click on more. But this kind of gives you that week at a glance. And you can see over on the left-hand side of each page, you're going to see our Twitter feed for the page. So you can see what's going on and what's being tweeted by the principals or tagged for Johnson School. But that's pretty much it. School hours, address, everything you need right there on that front page. So we really worked hard and put a lot of thought into how to organize our website to give you the information that you need quickly, easily, and without not a lot of aggravation. Again, if there's something that you see missing or you want to bring to my attention, please feel free to access the staff directory. Type in my last name and shoot me an email. Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful.